When you divorce your loser husband and the judge awards you with the house.
A few moments later.
This is funny or what, or not, but my neighbors over here are getting a divorce. She told him last night that he told her last night that she could have the house and everything in it. Well, this morning he goes and rents some heavy equipment, and him and his best friend has been over here today while she's been at work, and she hasn't got home yet. She has no idea. So, yeah.
Sensational.
Hey amigas, I wanted to come on here today and remind you that if he wanted to, he would. We all know Georgina Rodriguez, right? She's married to Cristiano Ronaldo.
Stop the cap.
Guess what her man did? Her man literally put her face at the Burj Khalifa, which is the tallest building in the world, to promote her Netflix show. If he wanted to, he would.
Ronaldo never married her and never will, because he knows how many rich women got it all from divorce. The only reason he even promoted her show is because he has more money than he knows what to do with. But for some reason, I'm not surprised she would use an example from a man worth 500 million to validate her. If he wanted to, he would mindset.
You should not sleep with a man who cannot provide for you financially. That statement's gonna ruffle so many feathers. It's most often met with two different types of responses. One is likening women to SWs if they expect any kind of reciprocity when it comes to a relationship or any kind of proof of funds when it comes to potentially engaging with a man's. Mind you that nowadays engaging with a man's could result in an unwanted pregnancy, and that unwanted pregnancy could result in a child growing up in a broken home, in a broken system, in an impoverished life.
Having bedroom fun with random men has always had the risk of causing an unwanted pregnancy. There used to be a magical way to guarantee you never had an unwanted pregnancy. It's called not having bedroom fun outside of marriage, which would also prevent the broken home and family part. All of the problems you just mentioned can be easily fixed if you stop sleeping with random men and stop initiating over 70% of divorces.
Men should never hit a woman.
Why not?
That's just...
What? Why?
Why should a man hit a woman?
To protect himself.
Oh man, this is a lot.
What do you mean?
I just disagree with your viewpoints.
Why?
That you think a man should hit a woman?
Should a woman hit him? Yes, I do.
I don't think violence is the answer to anything.
No, in protection, he's self-defense. Let's say a woman, he shouldn't just go around hitting her just for no reason.
Yeah.
But let's say that, should women hit men?
No.
Right. So if a woman should hit a man, shouldn't he smack her back?
No.
Why not?
Because she's a girl.
Well, she doesn't know that?
But I just think that's unfair.
We don't care.
She's right. Violence isn't the answer. But if a woman hits a man first, he has every right to defend himself from her attacks. What's unfair is this idea that men should just sit there and take it while not being able to defend themselves just because she's a girl.
I just need to know from a men's perspective, are y'all waiting on girls to talk to you first?
The unequivocal answer is yes. Yes, we are. Why? Because that's what you told us you wanted us to do. You told us specifically, don't approach you. Don't come anywhere near you. You and your fellow sisters told us that, well, you feel safer with a bear than you do with us. So we better stay the hell away. And we heard you and decided to let the bears have you. Poor bears. Which begs the question I and every other guy out there are wondering right now, which is, why the hell are you asking us where we went? Why are you asking us why we aren't approaching when all we're doing is giving you exactly what you asked for?
Like, are you waiting on a girl to ask you on a date first? Because that's crazy to me.
Why is it crazy? Y'all been fighting for equality for decades now. Now you got it. And now it's on you to do the asking out. It's also on you to start paying for the dates. This wasn't our idea. It was yours. So if you think it's crazy, well,
like when you're out in public and you're making eyes with a girl and you're like making it known that you're attracted to her, but you're not going to say something. How are you not going to say something?
Easy. One, because that's what you told us not to do. Two, there's really no benefit to approaching you anymore. Not with the reality that over 55% of marriages are ending in divorce. And of those half remaining, half of those lead to misery for men. And the big difference between men versus women is men look at things with logic, not emotion. So when you look at things rationally and realize there is a far greater risk of losing everything by making approach than there is gaining something, it's an easy decision to make. Turn around and walk away, which is exactly what men are doing. More and more of them every day. And then there's the third reason, the biggest one of all. It's simply too risky to approach you. In the post-Me Too days, women have weaponized false allegations. Women have decided that any approach that's unwelcome is nothing short of harassment. And they've proven time and again they have no problem destroying a man's life because they decided he wasn't worthy enough to approach them. Again, we didn't create this dynamic. You did. You labeled all men as risky. You've stated time and again, it's all men till it's no men. Well, men have heard that, and even though they're not one of those bad men, they can't take the chance that you'll decide they are.
Where are the huevos? Where are the huevos these days? I feel like there's so many times that guys want to say something to girls and they don't.
Do you ever notice how women try and get a reaction and a response from men by insulting their manhood? Saying things like, where's the huevos? I mean, I get it. It's what other women have taught them they should do. But in reality, all it does is cause men to tune you out. But I will address your question, and I hate to break it to you, darling, but it has nothing to do with the huevos. It's pure logic. Men have done an assessment, looked at the ROI, and found it to be wanting. Put another way, the risk simply outweighs the reward, or as many like to say, the juice isn't worth the squeeze.
Is there a guy watching this that can give us some insight? Why don't you just do it?
Well, I've given you the answer to that question. But the real question is, what are you going to do with that answer? And I already know the answer to that. 99.99% of the women that have gotten this far are going to go, that's not right. You're wrong. Because that's what women do. They tell men who express their feelings, emotions, thoughts, and opinions that they're wrong. Because they, as women, know better what men think and feel than men do. They honestly believe that. But maybe, just maybe, one or two women will look at this and go look in the mirror and say, what do I have to offer to men? And let me make it clear, ladies, we don't care how much money you have or what your title is or any of that crap. So when you answer that question, don't answer it based on what women want, which is the shallow, materialistic things. Answer it based on what men want. Though let's be honest, most of you don't have a clue what that is because you don't ask men. Or if you do, you don't listen to their answers.
I would recommend that you have her sign a prenuptial agreement that basically says if there's any reason this marriage ends, she walks away with what she owns, you walk away with what you own. If she's not willing to sign that, well then I'm not necessarily sure I'd be married to anybody for any reason. I mean, when you think about it, dude, marriages are a business contract with the state. It's basically saying if anything happens to this relationship, you're going to need us to get out of it. So it's a contract with the state.
A lot of men don't know this, but prenups can get thrown out by the court. Having one doesn't automatically guarantee your assets will be protected in case of a divorce. The best way to protect your assets is to simply not get married, or if you do want to get married, leave the state out of it. If you enjoyed this video, I promise you'll enjoy this next video. I will see you there.